Okay, so we're going to do question 9.34. So we are given a constant elasticity of substitution utility function, u equal to x to the power half plus y to the power half, and everything square. So we are also given the prices, px equal to 2, py equal to 3, and an income of 30. Okay, it's asking you to find each of these. Okay, so part A is asking you to find the marginal utility of both x and y. Okay, so given that u equal to x to the power half plus y to the power half and everything square, then so to find the marginal utility of x, we would just have to differentiate the utility function with respect to x. Okay, so we're treating y as constant. And in this case, you would just have to apply the chain rule where you're treating everything inside a bracket over here as a function of x and y. Okay. So when you differentiate u with respect to x, you basically differentiate u with respect to f. So you're treating the whole f as a function. So this is just basically equal to f of x and y squared. Okay. If you're treating the whole f as a variable and you differentiate u with respect to f, then you multiply the differential of f with respect to x. Okay, so all right, so the change in u with respect to f, given that u equal to f squared, so if you differentiate u with respect to f, you get 2f. Okay. And we multiply by the differential of f with respect to x. Now, given that f is equal to x half plus y half, then if you differentiate with respect to x, you get a half of x, half minus 1, and differential of y with respect to x, which is b equal to 0. Okay, so now knowing the value of f, which is x power half plus y power half, we substitute that into here, and we multiply by a half of x to the power negative half. So if you simplify the 2 over here, we'll cancel with the 2 over here, and what you are left with is going to be x to the power negative half multiplied by x to the power half plus y to the power half. Okay, so which is what the question asking you to show. Okay, so we are going to do exactly the same thing for marginal utility of y, which is just the differential of u with respect to y. And using the chain rule again, we got the differential of u with respect to f times the differential of f with respect to y. Okay, again, differentiate u with respect to f, you get 2f. And you differentiate the f function with respect to y, you get, so x to the power half will become 0, and y to the power half is half of y to the power negative half. Okay, so 2f is 2x half plus y half times a half of y negative half. And so the 2 will cancel out. What you are left with is y to the power negative half, x power negative half plus y power negative half. Okay, so that is what the question asks you to prove over here. Now part B, the marginal rate of substitution. We try to find. So marginal rate of substitution is just the negative of the marginal utility ratio. So marginal utility of x on marginal utility of y. Okay, so if I note the negative sign over here, and that is x to the power negative half, x half plus y half, and everything divided by y to the power negative half, x half plus y half. Okay, and so that will just give me, so these things inside the bracket will just cancel out, and what I'm got left with, what I have left with is x on y, everything to the power negative half. Okay, which is what the question asks you to find. Okay, they swap it to make it y on x. Okay, so again, Now, like I said before, like marginal rate substitution as the negative of the marginal utility ratio, sometimes they just forget about a negative sign. Now we stick to our definition that we have been using, that marginal rate substitution is the slope of the indifferent curve, which is the negative of the marginal utility ratio. Okay, so therefore we have a negative sign in front of it. And so in order to get rid of a negative sign for the half in the power, you just have to inverse the ratio. So if you do it y on x, then it's become y on x, everything to the power half. Okay, which is what the question asking you to do, apart from the fact that it doesn't have a negative sign, but that is fine. Okay. Now the income expansion part is asking you to find the income expansion part. See. Okay, so remember again, the income expansion path is basically the line connecting all of the optimal bundles. Okay. So basically contains all of the optimal bundles. Okay, so in order to find the equation for this line, we just have to find the optimal bundles. Okay, so basically the optimal bundles is happening where the marginal rate of substitution equal to the negative of the price ratio Px and Py, okay, which is the slope of the budget constraint. So having found marginal rate of substitution equal to negative y on x, everything to the power half, and the price ratio Px is given by 2 and Py is given by 3. Okay, so we got negative 2 and 3. So therefore, y on x power half equal to 2 on 3. Okay. So if I square both sides of this equation, I get y on x equal to power half, and if I square it, it's become this thing multiplied by 2. Okay, just to get rid of the power half, basically. Okay, so I'll do step by step. So I got 2 on 3 square. Okay, so this thing is just going to become x on y because power half, everything power square is going to be equal to y on x half times 2, and that equal to 1. Okay, and that equal to 4 and 6. So our income expansion path is, oops, sorry, not 6. 3 square is 9. Sorry. Therefore, y equal to 4 on 9x. Okay, so that's the equation for the income expansion path, which is what it's asking you to prove. To find the utility maximizing consumption bundle and a consumer utility for consuming it. Okay, so having the optimal bundle over here, the condition for the optimal bundle. Now, in order to find the optimal bundle, you just have to substitute this optimal condition into the budget constraint. Okay, now budget constraint in this case is again Px times x plus Py times y, and it has to be equal to income. Px is 2, Py is 3, and income is 30. Okay, so then I will have 2x plus 3y, and y is 4 on 9x, and everything equal to 30. Okay, so therefore 2x plus 4 on 3x equal to 30. So that is 10 on 3x equal to 30. So therefore x equal to 9. Okay, so optimal consumption amount x is 9. And if we substitute back into the star, then we get y equal to 4 on 9x. So 4 on 9 times 9 is going to give you 4. Okay, so x equal to 9 and y equal to 4 is the optimal consumption bundle, which is maximizing the utility. and it's asking you to derive the maximum utility the consumer can get from consuming this bundle. Okay, so if you substitute the value of x star and y star back into the utility function, then you find that u star is going to be equal to x star, which is 9 power half, plus y star power half, and everything square. So 9, square root of 9 is 3, square root of 4 is 2, everything square. So 5 square is 25. Okay, so the optimal UT level is 25 if the consumer is consuming the optimal bundle. Okay. Now, so the last part, asking you to find the cost minimizing bundle X star and Y star, and confirm that it must have a minimum acceptable level of utility B equal to 25. Okay. All right, so this is very similar. So over here, we try to find a cost minimizing bundle for the consumer that is having a minimum acceptable level of utility of 25. Okay. And so basically, if the consumer having a $30 and he want to consume a bundle that is giving him a utility of 25, which is the utility we found earlier, then we know that the cost minimizing bundle is just going to be the same, okay? Because it derived from the same tangency conditions where the slope of the integral curve equal to the slope of the budget constraint. All right, and so therefore the consumption bundle is going to be the same. So therefore the utility level that he is achieving is going to be the same. And so therefore the cost of consuming this cost minimizing bundle is going to be just equal to his income and equal to $30. Okay. Okay, so outside the consumer, please. Okay, so the problem is we try to minimize the cost for the consumer, which is PS times x, so 2x plus 3y, okay, by finding the bundle x and y, and subject to the fact that the consumer has to achieve a utility of 25. So in this case, the utility level, which is x half plus y half square, it has to be equal to 25. Okay, so again, the optimal or the cost minimizing condition is that the consumer is consuming at the bundle where, again, the marginal rate of substitution is just going to be equal to the price ratio. Okay. So it's exactly the same conditions as we found earlier as over here. So it's nothing different. So y is still equal to 4 on 9x. Okay. So that's just still the star condition before. Now, so the only thing different is we are going to substitute this condition into our constraint, which is the utility level constraint. So if I sub this star into the utility constraint u equal to 25, then I have x power half plus y power half, which is 4 on 9x power half and everything square, and that has to be equal to 25. Okay, so I'll try to find the value of x and x over here. So I got x to the power half plus, now 4 on 9 to the power half, which is basically square root of 4 on 9, which is 2 on 3. And x to the power half, everything square equal to 25. So over here I got 5 on 3, okay, x to the power half. And if I get rid of the square, if I take square root of both sides of this equation, I get 5. Now, I ignore the negative 5 because we do not deal with the negative number of consumption. Okay, so we only keep the positive number. So therefore, x to the power half going to be equal to 3. Okay, and so therefore, so square root of x equal to 3, and x is going to be equal to 9. Okay, and knowing x equal to 9 from the start condition, we derive y equal to 4 on 9x, and so therefore it's going to be equal to 4. All right, so the Higgs's demand for x and y again is just going to be equal to 9 and 4. Okay, so the cost minimizing bundle is ny hash equal to 4. And so the acquisition cost, okay, corresponding to this, so cost C star, which is the minimum cost that the consumer will have to spend in order to achieve like 25 units of 25 utility. Okay, it's going to be equal to px times x, which is 2 times 9, plus py times y, which is 3 times 4. And so therefore it's going to be equal to 30, which is just going to be the income that we got for the consumer earlier. Okay, so as you can see, these two problems are basically the same as the optimal bundle.